Okay. If I were to describe Coach Kuster with one phrase,
If I had to describe Coach in one word,
If I could describe Coach in one word,
If I were to describe Coach in one word,
Describing Coach Kuster in one word is easy. He's legendary.
If I had to describe Coach in one word, I would say caring.
Inspiring.
Invested.
integrity,
passionate,
Indefatigable.
Coach.
I would use father figure.
Supportive.
Committed.
Coach who looked like he walked out of a J. Crew catalog.
Thoughtful.
Inspiring.
And if I were to describe Coach Kuster in one word, I would describe him as faithful. I was such a new swimmer coming onto the team, and I felt like he demonstrated a lot of faith in teaching and coaching me the butterfly, and I ended up doing great things with him, and I'm very thankful to that for all of that and for the experience that he gave me. And I think that is also an apt word, faithful, because it also is in Latin means fidelis, which is a tribute to Nathan Kristoff, who sacrificed himself for our country during our time when I was on the team. And so, Semper Fi, and thank you, Coach, for being faithful.
Hi, Coach. I just wanted to say thank you so much for everything you've done for me. You've really made my time here at Williams so much more special than I ever would have imagined. You have rekindled my love for the sport and the team, and I truly don't know where I would be without you. I know that sounds super cheesy, but I really, really don't know where I would be without you and the team, and you've just impacted me in so many ways, and I'm forever grateful.
Hi, Coach. I feel so lucky to get to be a part of this video dedicated to you. If I were to describe Coach in one word, it would be inspirational. You inspired us every single day, in and out of the pool, to be better than we ever thought that we could be. Thank you for showing us what it means to lead by example, to be a mentor, to show some love, heart, dedication, what it means to show up. One of my favorite things about you is how excited and enthusiastic you would get after we swam a personal best. It was absolutely unbeatable. The things and the lessons that you taught us in and outside of the pool, I take them with me every single day, and I am 100% a better person and a better provider because of it. We can't thank you enough.
Coach, I really want to thank you. I often said that my time at Williams, I learned more at the pool than I did in the classroom. I learned how to set a focus for a long-term goal and work to achieve it. I learned how to be a member of a team, how to support my teammates, and I learned to push myself harder than I thought that I would, and it's all due to your support. In my life since school, I've been able to apply that both in my personal life, in my life as a teacher and a coach, and as a parent. And I really just wanted to thank you for that.
Coach, thanks for all of the life lessons that you taught us. You always met me where I was at, but you also showed me the potential that I had. It's no wonder that when I started coaching swimming after college, I often ask myself, what would you do in different situations? Thanks for everything. Happy to celebrate with you.
hi, Coach. Sorry I couldn't be there this weekend. Thanks for always knowing what we were capable of and making sure that we knew we could achieve it, even if we didn't think we could do it at the time, always challenging us to meet our best and exceed it, giving us every encouragement along the way. Although I really wasn't very grateful at the time when you made me swim the mile, the 500, and the 4 IM against Middlebury in one dual meet. But thanks for knowing that I could and thinking that I needed to.
At Williams, there was really never a time when I did not feel supported, understood, and invested in by our team. And what's really special about that is that I was surrounded by a group of people who largely felt the same way. What I really thought was this incredibly unique experience wasn't an outlier. It was culture. Coach, thank you for understanding and telling all of us that hard work and the kind of care that makes all of this happen does not have any shortcuts. And thank you for embracing that and deciding to do it again every season and for every athlete.
Coach, this is Brad Brecker, 2006, checking in from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, to wish you a heartfelt congratulations on your 25 years at the helm of Williams Swimming. Beyond helping me grow and develop as a swimmer, the life lessons that you taught me have and continue to help me grow as a Marine Corps officer, an attorney, a husband, and father. And I know my story is not unique. As a coach, you've helped thousands of swimmers develop in the pool and out of the pool and become better human beings. Thank you for your commitment to Williams Swimming and the development of your athletes both in and out of the pool.
Coach, you inspire such a range of athletes with all of our unique eccentricities. It's incredible to see how powerfully you influence every single one of us. Thank you for always challenging us. Thank you for celebrating us. Thank you for building camaraderie by gossiping in the back of the bus about who likes whom with us. And thank you for listening. You were the first and only coach to ever ask me, what do you think? And at first this threw me off a little bit, but in time, this helped me grow into myself as a swimmer and as an adult. So thank you for helping me get there.
Coach, thank you for everything that you do for Williams Swim and Dive. I would not be the person I am today if I hadn't been part of this program and been coached by you. So, thank you.
Coach, I'm still not exactly sure why you ever let me on this team. After you let me on the team, I'm not exactly sure why you let me stay. I don't think you had any reason to. In the 4 years I got to swim for Williams, I never scored a single point for the team. And yet, somehow, for some reason, you never made me feel like I don't matter. Through the care you showed to me and to all of my teammates, through your kindness, you helped me see that all of us can make some kind of contribution, even if we're not necessarily the fastest guy in the pool. You were there to celebrate all of my tiny little accomplishments, like freshman year breaking a minute in the 100 free. That was somehow a giant accomplishment. And at the end of the year banquet that year, you celebrated that as a moment that stood out for you as a highlight of the season. Even though, again, it did not matter to the success of the team in any real way, but it mattered to me, and you knew that, and I believe that it mattered to you too. And through the way that you mentor us, through the way that you invested in our growth, showed that everyone can matter. Everyone has something to bring, even if that something is not speed, even if that something is maybe just good vibes and being a happy member of the cheering squad for all the fast people. And that way of being, those lessons that you imparted by leading by example, are always going to stick with me.
Coach, there are so many things that I could pick from our 4 years together at Williams, but I want to take a moment just to thank you for all of our post-season check-ins. You took the time to individually meet with each of your swimmers, and you made each of us feel so appreciated, and also gave us the opportunity to self-reflect. And I think that helped us develop and helped me develop a skill set of reflecting on myself and on my goals. And these are tools that I carry with me today. And I think you were the first person that really taught me to develop a strong self-awareness and to also push for your goals. So thank you, and looking forward to celebrating you and the Williams swimming legacy this weekend.
In the summer of '99, a few of us seniors had the privilege of interviewing potential swim coaches. We thought a lot about it, and we came up with really sophisticated questions like, how much will you emulate Coach Sam? Mostly? Entirely? Or will you stay at Williams for 25 or 35 years? Of course, Steve politely humored us and promptly laid out his own compelling vision for how to build on Sammer's legacy. I'm so impressed with how he's grown and evolved the swim and dive team in ways that none of us, frankly, imagined at the time. Thank you, Steve, for all you've done and for staying well beyond the 10 years that you promised.
Coach, congrats on 25 years. It's crazy it's been so long. You're such a legend. It's wild how still to this day when I get together with groups of other Williams swimmers, how we just talk about you as a legend and the legend you are. We're just in awe of Coach Kuster and have been since the day we met you. We're so lucky to have you as our coach. I'm so lucky to have you as my coach. You inspired me to be a better person and a better leader and a better dad. To this day, I think back on the Long Island summer where I got to spend with Cole and Tate, and now my boys are the same age as those kids when they were running around on the beach. And wow, you're the man. Thanks for being you and for being such an inspiration to all of us.
Thank you again, Coach, for all you've done for our team. It was incredible being coached by you for 4+ years, and I'm never gonna forget walking out onto the pool deck, listening to Rihanna blasting, and always mostly looking forward to practices and working hard. You always knew how to motivate us during our lowest moments and keeping us going during our highest moments. So thank you again for all that you've done for the team for 25 years. That's amazing. You've really shaped Williams into such a powerhouse and an incredible place to spend your college time.
It's December of 2009 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, at the International Swimming Hall of Fame. The Williams women's and men's swimming team are coming into the wall after an exhausting test set at the end of a 2-hour practice. Coach Kuster and Coach Dave, both dedicated, standing at the ready on the side of the pool in pouring rain, encouraging their respective swimmers to improve and try harder. Coach Kuster, pleased with what he's seen at his team's performance, stands up on the starting block above his inspired group, fully clothed in his jeans and gray Williams swimming t-shirt, yellow hat. Proud of his team, jumps off the starting block and completes a 50-yard butterfly, fully clothed, to conclude the practice. Chaos ensues. What a legend.
He was always the adult in the room. Always. And he was always the one to celebrate us, to be joyful with us, to be disappointed with us. But he was also, like I said, the adult in the room. So he picked us back up. He marched us forward. He asked, what's next? I remember him saying, trust the process a lot. And it wasn't until many years later that I realized that the process he was asking us to believe in was the process of growing up, of taking accountability for yourself and for those around you, and of recognizing that you were a part of something bigger than yourself, and that team mattered more than the individual. That's the process that he was asking us to trust in. It wasn't until I became a parent and had a family that I realized, oh my gosh, he was teaching us how to be leaders in our family and in our jobs, and for that, I'm always grateful.
Coach, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your guidance and mentorship over my last 3 years at Williams. You've been truly inspirational to myself and many of my teammates, and speaking with alums clearly to many others in your last 25 years in the program. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I want to be as inspirational as you have been to me, to others at some point in my life, and that's a goal that I want to work towards. I think speaking to our working relationship, we've had some sicknesses, we've had some water splashing, fist pump moments, and we've had some moments where, maybe it's time to go back to the drawing board. But I appreciate your support and your humor through all of it. I appreciate you putting up with my tomfoolery and shenanigans through all of it. And I'm looking forward to one more year in the program and one more chance to work with you and one more chance to potentially drop time at NCAAs and earn some highway miles in the van.
The biggest thing I'd say about Steve is, as I reflect back on one achievement you've put up here over 20 plus years, 25 years, they talk a lot about following legends, right? Being a legend, following a legend, very, very difficult. I was in the news recently with someone like Nick Saban, retired from Alabama. Who's going to take that job, right? And you took a job where the legacy and the legend before you, whether it was Coach Sam or Coach Muir, it was massive. But it takes a special person to take that challenge. It takes a special person to say, you know what, I'm going to take that and I'm going to find ways to build on it. And you've done nothing but that. You've put your own your own level of success and legendary status on top of something that was already phenomenal and made it even better. You've crafted in your image. You've made this an incredibly successful program, building on what was already there, but taking it to even greater heights. And you've done it in similar ways, which is making people better, impacting their lives, mentoring them, leading them, forming long-lasting friendships and bonds with the people who come through the program. And it's just remarkable what you've accomplished. So I just wanted to make sure you knew how much you meant to me, how much you meant to my family, how much you meant to my experience when I was at Williams, but also just how much I look in awe what you've been able to accomplish over multiple decades at taking something and really building it and taking it to even greater heights, your way, and in my mind, the right way, and something that has laid the groundwork for an act that will be very, very difficult for anyone to follow. So I still consider you a close friend. I can't wait to catch up with you, but congratulations on everything you've accomplished. And again, like I said, a legend in my mind early on, a legend in my mind still. And again, congratulations on everything.
Hi, Steve. I just want to thank you for all that you've done for decades, I guess, at this point, of swimmers at Williams. You are a part of our lives during a very pivotal, sometimes awkward growth era, and you accept us all as we are and help us move through it while also supporting us in and out of the pool. I know we all have lots of memories of things that happened being a part of the Williams swim team, and it's something that we all cherish, both in the relationships we make and the lessons that we've learned. So thanks for your continued commitment. I know it takes time out of your personal life as well, and I just want you to know that you've impacted a lot of people, and we're very grateful for those experiences that have enriched our lives going forward.
Hi, Coach. You might not remember this, but at the 2002 Conference Championships, I had a horrible weekend of racing. It was my sophomore year. I was a butterflyer, and the team did great, but I didn't, and I was really disappointed with myself. And I just felt off the entire weekend, felt like I hadn't hit my taper. And I still had a goal of breaking a minute in the 100 fly that I felt like I was going to be able to get that year. And at some point a teammate told me sometimes you can do a time trial at the end of the race to qualify for something or to get an official time. And so at the end of the weekend, I went up to you and asked if I could do a time trial. And you said something like, I don't think it's a good idea. You're tired, time trials are hard, or something. And it was great. It was direct, it was honest, it was real. But you also told me that if you want to do it, I will support you, the team will support you. And the only thing you asked me, I'm like tearing up remembering this. The only thing you asked me is that when you get out of the pool, no matter if you hit your time or not, maybe it's the worst time of your season, you still get out of the pool smiling. And so I promised you that. It was quiet, like I was kind of cleaning up the decks, like the race was getting ready to start. I stood up in the blocks. Felt very anticlimactic. The gun went off, I dove in, and when I poked my head up for my first breath, I just saw an entire sea of purple and gold. Like the entire team was on the bulkheads cheering for me. I turned around and like the entire team was on the other side. And I heard you whistling for me like the entire way walking along. And it just was like absolutely magical. I swam like the race of my life. I finished, I touched the wall. I had a horrible end of it. Like I totally missed my finish. Poked my head up. I saw my time, a minute, 0.03, 300ths from my goal. But it was a PR. And I think any other time I would have been so disappointed to be so close. But I kept your promise and came out of the pool smiling. And I like felt so, it was so amazing to see that the entire team and you would be behind me for a race that didn't matter. And I think that's really was amazing in that moment. That was the last swimming race I ever did. I ended up going abroad the next year and didn't swim senior year. And I think I'll carry that with me as like one of my most treasured memories of Williams and of swimming and of racing. And also I think just like a really wonderful life lesson that sometimes it's you can still have an amazing race even if you miss your goal. And sometimes the important thing is just to commit to coming out smiling and the epic feeling of having a team and having you as a coach behind me. So thank you so much.
So thank you again, and congrats on 25 years at Williams.
Thanks, Coach.
So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach Steve.
So thank you for everything, and I'm looking forward to keeping in touch.